In this session, we will be seeing how to sort n words in dictionary order. So, unlike the sorting algorithm which we saw earlier, we will be sorting words here, and the strings will be sorted in dictionary order. So, before going to that, we will first start with the sorting n numbers. So, I am creating a file ssort.c. First, I will be writing a program to sort n numbers. After that, we'll be seeing how to sort n words in dictionary order. In the main, so I have an integer array, maximum size 100. Then I have a variable, integer variable to get the size, the number of elements. Then I, j, this counter will be using in the loop. Then temp for storing some temporary values while sorting. So first what we'll be doing is we'll be giving a message to enter the number of numbers to be sorted. Enter the number of numbers to be sorted. Scanf. Then we are reading the numbers. Then we will be writing a loop to read the numbers one by one. Make sure that when you write the code, the contents are aligned properly. This is already discussed in the class. Percentage a of I. Then we will be writing a loop to sort the numbers. Again, we will be reusing the same variable I counter. So we will be having two loops. This is already discussed in the class. So inside the loop, in the inner loop, we will be comparing the values a of I and a of j. So we will be trying to sort the numbers in ascending order, smaller to larger. So the comparison is if a of I greater than a of j. If it is like that, what we will be doing is we will be swapping them so that the lowest element will be in the left. Lowest element first. So we are moving a of I to temp, then a of I is free. Then we will be copying a of j to a of I. Then in a of j we will be placing the value of temp. So this completes our swapping and this completes our sorting. Then we will be again writing a loop to print the sorted array. It is just like reading. The only difference is we are using a printf to print the values. We are printing the value of a of I. So this completes the program. So I am running this, saving the file. Compiling the program. So I have some errors. There is an extra I in hash include. Then I have missed a variable name in line 7. Then in line 25 I have missed semicolon. We can correct that. Now there is an extra I here. I have missed an I here, and I have missed a semicolon here. Now the program is okay. Then I am running this. I will be asked about number of numbers. I am trying to sort 5 numbers. Then I will be entering the numbers 6, 3, 44, 8. So these are the 5 numbers. So when I press enter, we can see that it will be sorted in the correct order. This is the sorted order. So this is how you sort the numbers. Next we will see how to sort the n words. Next we will try to modify this program to sort n words that in dictionary order. So in dictionary order means the first will be the word starting with A, then B, and likewise. So the question is about sorting the words in dictionary order. So we will try to modify the current program. So we need some modification, like we need to read the n words to an array. For that we will be using a matrix like structure where we will be having m rows and n columns, and in each row we will be storing a word. So we need to change that. Next is we need to read the string or a word and store it in these rows. So for reading a string we will be using fgets function. We have already written the sorting code. So here the thing is that we need to sort the string or a word instead of the numbers. So we need to make some small changes. So for that we will be using some string handling functions. So we will be using two string handling function. One is strcmb for comparing strings, and another one is strcpy for copying a string to some other variable. So we will be using it here in the comparison. We have a comparison here where we will be comparing a of I and a of j. So instead of this we will be comparing two strings, and in the case of for swapping, here this code is swapping. So here we will be using strcpy to copy the words for swapping. So there is not much difference in other code. So we will be seeing that. So we will be modifying the code. So there is no need for this array. So instead of this, we'll be having a character array with m rows and n columns. We'll be calling it by the name str. So we'll be having one with 100 rows and 100 columns. So which means that it can store 100 words, each having a maximum size of 100 characters. And in the case of swapping, we will be having another variable, character array, which can also be of size 100. Then we will be getting the size, enter the number of, we will be changing it to number of words. Then we will be taking the size. Then we will be reading the words. So for that, instead of scanf, we need to use fgets. The syntax is fgets str of I, then size of, we'll be using, we need to give the size. So for that, we will be using the size of function str of I, that is 100. Then we'll be giving the input, that is standard input. So we'll be giving stdin. So this will read the words. If there are 5 words to be read, then this loop will run 5 times and store it in the rows. Then after this, what we will be doing is this comparison. So for that, for this comparison, we'll be using strcmb. So we will be comparing the str of ith word and jth word. So str of I and str of j. So if it is larger, so which you will be checking with greater than 0. So after that, we need to write the code for swapping str of I and str of j. For that, assignment won't work. Instead of that, we will be using strcpy. So strcpy, then you need to give the destination and the source. So what we are doing is we are copying str of I to temp first. So this is a code for that. Then we are copying str of I, str of j. Str of I will be filled with the contents from str of j. Then we will be moving to str of j, the contents of temp. Str of j comma our variable name is stemp, not temp, so I am changing that. So this does the swapping. Then after this, we need to print. So for that, we will be printing using, so we are printing a string, so we will be using %s. Instead of a of I, you will need to change it to str of I. So this will sort n words in a dictionary order, and we have used string handling function, mainly strcmb and strcpy. So I'll be running this. So I have a warning here, no errors. You can see from the output. So it says that about strcpy and strcmb. So it is also written that include a string.h to provide a declaration of strcpy. This is also true for strcmb. So we need to add hash include strcpy not string.h. We need to include string.h. This will remove the errors. So I am running this. Enter the number of words. I will be entering 4 words. I need to enter the first word. I am giving ABC. Second word. Third word. So I can see that though the sorting is done, uh, though I have given 4 words, it has got only 3 words as input. This is because this is a problem that usually occurs. We have a scanf before the f gets. So we have as a last input we will be giving the size and pressing enter. Pressing enter means there is a new line character there. This will prevent, which means that if you run the f gets, then that new line will be taken as the first element. So this will result in skipping the first element. So a workaround is after this scanf. This happens only if there is a scanf before f gets. So here what you can do is you can give a getchar function here. Getchar function will read the input. So that new line will be taken by getchar and this will work. So I have added a getchar and again I am running the program. So I will be again giving forwards. I am giving the input yellow, red, blue, green. So the output is blue, green, red, yellow. So it is in the sorted order. So this is how you write a program to sort n words in the dictionary order.